Dennis Schroeder and Kyrie Irving?
I don't really know what happened. I'm not sure what was said or what triggered it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I wish I had more insight for you, but just walked off the floor and addressed the team. I haven't had a chance to hear what happened at all.
What's your message after a loss like this?
Yeah, just, I thought that they were the aggressor. They were more physical. They hit first, and we didn't match their physicality and competitive fire. And this is what you get. It was a team missing a bunch of guys, and guys get an opportunity, and their eyes light up, and they come out and played harder than us, played more physical than us, and it's a great lesson for us.
Brian Lewis with the New York Post.
On that note, how much of that is matching physicality, and how much of that is, I guess, having personnel to match that kind of physicality? And did you consider going to DeAndre, considering his size?
Well, I don't think we have to be more physical than teams. We just have to match the effort and intensity. I don't think that we necessarily tried to match it. We kind of, I felt like started the game like we'll get into this at some point and win it, instead of we got to hit first and try to take this thing. So that was a mindset. I thought we succumbed a little bit to their intensity and physicality, and it's a good lesson for us.
Alex Schiffer with The Athletic.
Hey, Steve, was there any thought to maybe pulling Kevin early before his minutes restriction, just based on the score, or given his long layoff, you want to make sure he got, he hit the number you had in mind for him?
Yeah, that's the tricky part, is that he needs to play a certain amount of minutes to kind of, adapt and to build up to playing, his customary rotation and minutes. So, while it's not ideal sometimes when he's out there and we're down fairly big, we had to leave him out a few more minutes, just because we want him to get into game shape and to be able to acclimate back to playing 30 plus minutes a night.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Christian Winfield with the New York Daily News.
Hey, Coach, Kevin had 8 turnovers out there tonight. I'm wondering if you saw some things with him that you kind of need to refine as we go on with the rest of the season.
He just needs reps. He just needs to get back out there and play and make mistakes and get comfortable again. It's been a long layoff. He's played, before last game and tonight, and including the Toronto game. He's only played 19 games in almost 2 years now. So just needs to get out there, get reps, and get comfortable again.
Tom Dowd with BrooklynNets.com.
Hey, Steve, obviously they're leading the league defensively. You mentioned the physicality. Was it that, or was there something else that they did that took you out of what you wanted to do, especially with the three-point shooting tonight?
Yeah, I mean, you could chalk it up to a number of things. We weren't sharp. I thought the physicality was one factor for sure, but we didn't play our best game. And as you've seen this year, where there's all sorts of scores like this, so it's going to happen. It hasn't happened very often to us, and so it's bound to happen at some point. It's about how we react to it, what we learn from it, and how we move forward.
Back to Malika Andrews with ESPN.
Steve, I just wanted to circle back on DeAndre. Earlier, when his role was reduced, you'd said that if the matchup dictated it, then potentially he'd see those minutes. So why didn't the matchup dictate it tonight?
Well, I mean, we have 4 or 5 centers, so you can't necessarily play everyone. So I'd love to find a time to give him some, an opportunity again. But right now we're trying to figure out where LaMarcus and Blake are at, and even get Nick, more minutes. So something's got to give, and I wish I could give everyone all the minutes they desire, but it's just impossible.
Thank you.
Back to Brian Lewis.
Hey, Steve, after the initial blitz, which you seem to have weathered and started to creep back from, I think you were down 4 when the ejections came. And after that, if my math is right, you guys got outscored like 60-39 or 60-40. I mean, what kind of response did you see there? And was that mildly concerning, the response after those ejections?
It wasn't ideal. You'd like to see us, like we have many times this year when we're down bodies, respond and win games. Tonight just wasn't our night in one respect. In another, you lose without James and without Kai, you're 2 guys that are very difficult to keep in front. So, it kind of took us out of some of our big weapons that were, not only are they weapons, but we're used to playing with them. We're used to them, knocking the first domino down, so to speak, and creating an advantage. So not only was it difficult without him, but it was also new in a lot of ways. So I don't want to make excuses. At the same time, it's a perfect storm. And tonight wasn't our night. So tonight, I thought they were more physical than we were, and we also were playing a bunch of guys who hadn't really played much together at all when you add it all up. So, a bit of everything, I would say. And it's like I said, it's about us learning from it and what can we take forward with tonight's experience.
Last question, Greg Logan with Newsday.
Steve, sorry for joining late, so I apologize if anyone asked this, but your next two games, you're going to play Karl Anthony Towns, and then you get Joel Embiid. So we talked about it a little bit before the game, but how critical will it be to find a way to control those big guys in the paint who can be a handful for you?
Yeah, well, two very different matchups. I think Towns ends up playing more on the perimeter. A lot of pick and pop, a lot of kind of isolating, outside. And Joe is obviously much more of an inside interior presence who can go outside if he needs to. So different looks, and our team's going to have to be able to attack them defensively in different ways. So I think we got to be versatile. We're going to play different lineups, and we got to be able to find an effective balance, regardless of the matchup.